Hey everybody, it's Jeff Kernier here. I'm up in Tweed and I'm hanging out today with
Emily Adams.
and Emily is the icer at Tweed, and she had a great question for me. She said, Jeff, you guys have a lot of previous versions of the tests on your Set Support Classroom, but she wanted to know how can I rip some of those stories out into individual Google Docs and maybe share them or post them on a Google Classroom of her own for the kids that she's working with as we lead up to EQAO. So I thought we'd make a quick video on how to do that. So the first place you're going to want to go is to the Set Support 101 Google Classroom. So if you don't have it bookmarked already, you can type in classroom.google.com and you'll jump on the Set Support 101 Classroom. Okay, once you're in there, you'll notice that Matt and I have organized things using the topics feature of Google Classroom to make things a little bit easier to find. So I'm looking for the 3 EQAO practice assessments, or if I was looking at grade 6, I could be going to the 6 EQAO practice. So I'll jump into the 3. Here you see the full versions of the tests that we have available to practice on. So I'll jump into the 2016 one. Now you can see here that I have, looks like a 14-page, 16, 17-page practice assessment. So that's a lot to post on Google Classroom for maybe a grade 3 kid to be working through. So this is how we're going to rip things out of it and post them on our own. So the first thing I'm going to do is just quickly open up a new tab. And if I don't have Google Drive bookmarked, I'm going to go to drive.google.com. Good idea to throw bookmarks up there anytime you're on a website that you're going to be using frequently. I'm going to make a new folder, if I don't already have one, where I'm going to be storing some of these individual stories. So I'm going to call this grade 3 EQAO, maybe AT readings practice. Great. I'm going to jump in that folder and I'm going to make a brand new blank Google Doc. So now I'm all set up in Drive with my folder that I'm going to be storing things in and a blank Google Doc to take a story from the bigger version of the test here. So just for example, I'll grab the first story. I'll click and drag over and scroll down, selecting all the story, the reading. It's up to you whether you're grabbing all the multiple choice, some of them, some of the open response questions, whatever. I'll grab everything just for fun. I can right click and I can copy or press Control C. Jump over to my blank Google Doc, and I can right click and paste, or I can press Control V. Once it's in there, I'll just take a quick scroll up, make sure nothing weird happened when I pasted it over. Everything looks good. All my numbers are starting to load. Perfect. Now, right now it's untitled, but because there is something typed on the first line of the Google Doc, if I click up here, it automatically pastes that in there for me. So now that's ready to go. So now if I was Emily, I'd be going to her Google Classroom, but I'll use this one just because it's conveniently here, to post an assignment in her Google Classroom. So we could call this, there's not enough snow, and maybe that's all I'm going to call it. I might add a topic of EQAO practice, or you could make up your own topics. And now this is where I want to go in. Because she's made her own Google Doc, it is in her Drive. She can click on the Google Drive icon. It's probably going to be the most recent file because we literally just made it. So you can double click it. And this is the final, one of the final and last most important steps is that instead of having the students just be able to look at it or edit the same one, we want to make a copy for each student. That way, every kid that's in this Google Classroom to do the practice EQAO steps will get their own copy with their name in the title, and you won't have to do any fancy sharing or anything like that. Once you see you've got a title, a topic, the Google Doc, and make a copy, you're ready to assign. And if you haven't already, invite those kids to that classroom and let's get them working on their assistive technology, practicing leading up to this year's EQAO. If you have any questions, you can email Matt, Charles, or myself. And Emily, thanks for your time today.
No problem. Thanks for the video.